Hello? Hello, hello? How are you all doing today? I hope y'all are good. I am back, and I definitely still remember how to do this. Don't even worry about it. Oh boy, last time. Last time was a whole fucking thing. Last time, we lost Minfilia for real because Urianger conducted up a plot to have us help the Warriors of Darkness go back to their own universe along with Minfilia so that she can try to go, like, help save their universe from the brink of destruction because it's being, like, overloaded with, like, light magic. And because Minfilia has basically merged herself with God to become God's avatar, Heidelin. Heidelin's the name of the god. She kind of figured that she could help stall it and, like, fix it. And then, we got word that, the Griffin, the guy that's trying to, like, incite rebellion for Alamigo, because Alamigo is currently under Garlean occupation, was starting to do some, like, bullshit to try to, like, take Alamigo back by attacking... Right, I have my UI closed. Where the hell is it? By, trying to take over Baelsar's wall, which is this giant iron wall that separates, the Black Shroud with Girobania, which is where Alamigo is. We deployed, and by we, I mean, like, all the other, like, grand companies, I don't need the crafting log right now, thank you. Like, from, like, Thanalin and Lenosha, the Black Shroud, and even Ishgard, all, like, put a bunch of military people, like, on, like, the edge of our side of the wall to try to be like, hey, if any shit happens, we can defend ourselves. And, like, try to keep the Garleans out of Eorzea. Turns out that's what the Griffin wanted, because he had his men dress up in, the Grand Company colors. So that it looked like the Grand Companies were launching an offensive on the Empire and not his rebellion. And by us having a bunch of military people on our side of the wall, leads credence to that. Oopsies. So we decided to try to, like, run into Baelsar's wall to find the Griffin and make him, like, fucking stop. Only to find out that the Griffin is Ilberd from the Crystal Braves, the guy that, like, cut off Robon's arm and, like, betrayed Alphino and all that shit. Yeah, same guy. And he was given Nidhogg's eyes from the Ascians. And so he used the deaths of his own comrades because he, like, purposely was leading them into traps to, like, encourage their despair, plus his own death, fueled by Nidhogg's eyes in order to summon a giant-ass fucking primal. Papalymo sacrificed himself to seal the primal away, like how Louisoix attempted to do to Bahamut during the, 7th Umbral Calamity, during the, ending of 1.0. And we are back! And are just like, what the fuck do we do now? Papalymo is dead and he sealed away the primal, but not for fucking long. It is not gonna last long. That primal is coming out anyway. My own grief is as crushing a weight upon my heart, and when I think of what Ida must be feeling, Papalymo's sacrifice cannot be in vain. We will find the means to deal with this primal. All I want to do is weep, but right now we need to hold back the tears and do what must be done. Hell yeah, Tataru. Once Ida returns, I'll see that she sits down to her favorite dish. When you feel empty inside, it's easy to forget that your belly needs to be filled. They told us what happened with Papalymo, and forgive me, there are simply no words. Sacrificing oneself for one's duty. Such actions remind me of the warriors of Doma, of the samurai and shinobi who died for her cause. Gote greatly admired Papalymo and aspired to achieve the same lofty heights of magecraft. His loss is a terrible blow to the Scions. My brother may wrap himself in steel, but he is a man of tender heart. Witness his concern for the pain of his dear friend endures. As much as we wish it were different, there's a limit to what our healing magic can accomplish. Even the most powerful magics can do naught but for the grieving heart. I have a long road ahead before I match the Archons in skill and experience, but we must all do our part in times like this. Surely there's something I can do to help. Anyway. The obvious solution. The interminable wait for news from Gridania seems to be taking its toll on Adelaide. Filona, I wish to tell you more, but the situation in the East Trail remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before... Communication from the Alliance! One moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. We're from Gridania. The council will be shortly reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the Primal, of course. As of Yashila's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seatseer doubtless shares our concerns on how long it will remain so. I'm told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to the proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tataru's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. You got it, Tataru? Good. Hello.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place. It is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
You're a little intense there, bud. Calm down.
Hey? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
How long were you fucking rowing, bud? Yeah, he big? Yeah. He doesn't look like it because he has a custom face, but he is a Rogadin, like Fernlona.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
man. Are you all right?
Hey, Splinter, welcome, welcome. And hey, Boops! Welcome to one of my favorite characters. We'll see more of him later.
Far indeed from home, friend.
How goes the peekin'? Came in here and a dude just passed out. You mean that's not normal? It's being so mean today. Oh no. Welcome, Warrior Light. This way, if you please. Roots and Alpine. Oof.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Also Beatles, great. Had a good run, then fucked it by being dumb, and then the game just started being very mean. I feel like that's how it goes.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
So you got to Klin? Yeah, or kill him? Yeah. I don't know how I got there first try, and then was like close enough that you could see the exit when I fucking fell to my death. I got so close.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
Where I fell was almost the exact same spot that Moogle died at earlier in the day. Cursed spot. Cursed spot.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Oh, hello, morning is breaking.
There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Hey, bud.
What in the hells are you doing here?
pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Get dunked on, Nero.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that.
Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry.
Nero looks so fucking
Do you
crusty.
understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Hey, that's not something you should be bragging to the people that the Ultima weapon was designed to fucking attack.
And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I.
These two are so fucking divorced.
But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
I mean, I could try. I did kill Bahamut.
Let us approach the problem.
Granted, he wasn't at
in
full
a
strength, but I did do it.
Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Verlina looks so mad, right? She's just like, you fucking dare question my skill?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Which is also really funny because later on in the story, I feel like Verlona gets fucking sick and tired of constantly being treated like a weapon and just being like, oh, there's danger, throw Verlona at it. And it's like, she's like, fine, I'll do it. It saves the world, I have to do this. But stop assuming I'm a fucking weapon.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
makes a convincing case. No, but I'll keep an eye on him. Nah.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice.
We sure don't.
Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Cid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
Don't even get named, asshole. Yeah, no, Ferlota's just like super sus of like Nero. It's like, she has worked with him before. He does help out in the Crystal Tower Alliance raids way back when. But it's still just like, listen, we'll let you do what you want, but we're gonna be watching very fucking closely, you little sneak.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Nero's like takes a step back like, what? I didn't agree to this.
It is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Yeah, like, go ahead. Who cares? Cock sword or whatever. You say that. I do have a gun. It's a very glowy gun. I can indeed cock a gun. But now is not the time for gun. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions. Not the least among them, how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Yeah, that is a good question, huh? The greater obeisance? Obeisance? Alphino is eager to join Cid and the others. Cid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. LSA is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. There's the thingy. I feel like if I actually teleported to the airship landing, it would bring me, like, to the lower floor, which is not the best. Okay, no, maybe I should have done that. Oh well. Fuck. I couldn't tell what floor the marker was on. Where is everyone? Good question. Cid? Ramona, Alphino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... well, here they are now. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cartano? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, and I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we will ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such a time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, where we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Istol and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Verlona, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing that you are present to entertain our guest. Everyone's so grumpy with each other. It's mostly because fucking Nero's here. And also, we are still mourning the death of a comrade because the big, like, cocoon and the primal everybody's talking about, a friend of ours, Papa Limo, who we finally got back, along with Ida, sacrificed himself to make the cocoon and make sure the primal didn't just immediately destroy everything. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. You are traveling with Master Garland, miss. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. And there it is. And it's fucking purple here again. Jesus Christ. Why does it feel like every time I stream and I go to Mordona, it's purple? What manner of airship has no private cabins? Then again, I suppose Garland has to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions. It's pretty though. I mean, it is. But it's also like every fucking time I get weird or bad weather. There's truly a curse if you stream this game and the weather just not going good. I do not care for that man. Cool, good talk, you agree? I don't think anyone here really cares for Nero. Strange though it may seem, Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me, but I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Is that a Stargate? I think it's the remnants of, that ship in the back that you can't really see because of the fucking purple. But yeah, it's not the fact that Nero's a Garlean that I don't trust him, it's the fact that he's fucking Nero. And he's always up to some bullshit. Not quite door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land here in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then? Right. Where's my chocobo? There we go. Okay, no, God, the way everybody was standing over here just staring at Nero, I thought there was going to be other people over here also staring at Nero, just giving him just like the widest berth of no one likes him. You must be careful, old friend. The walking weapons of Alag were expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. It sure would. One was created to capture Bahamut and the other to surpass him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder? Fear not, I shall keep a close eye on our new ally. Thank you, Yugiri. I know Nero's a guest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So my question to you is, do I offer him tea? That seems harmless enough. You could probably do it. Ori Boulder and his companions left to continue reconnaissance on the beast tribes. They were adamant about shouldering what burdens they could while the senior scions were occupied with this cocoon emergency. Oh, the determination upon their faces. There's nothing more blinding than youth burning with purpose. Alright, Nero, what's up?
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
I swear to fucking God, Nero.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Get his ass! Get his ass! Nero's just like, what the fuck? Just no reaction.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remained behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Yeah, let's go!
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu! Why are you come to Eorzea?
I fucking love Gosetsu so much!
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
Listen, I know Nero is a little shit. I do like him a lot, too. He's fun. I like to bully him.
You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Philida, wait, can I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you? Yeah, to get my measurements. Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work on making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. So yeah, because I'm in New Game Plus, I'm not going to get this outfit because I already have it. But yeah, every now and then as you progress through main story, Tataru will give you new clothes. Just like for free, because why not? It's what you do. Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? It's great, Tataru, thank you. You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have something worthy of the warrior light is... let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. I don't think I've ever actually worn any of the pieces of this outfit, and I feel so bad. I have it in my glamour dresser, so I can. I just never have. Just the two unexpected guests, then. Still, I suspect that each will prove useful in its own way. Yeah. I mean, I'm biased as hell. I like Gosetsu a lot. And Nero's just fun to make fun of. How dare he mock the science like that? If I ever had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I might just forget to take out the pins. Good, get his ass. Never did I think to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. My blade shall carve through a path through the Empire's ranks as the scythe fills stalks of wheat. Hell yeah, Gosetsu. I need the outfit right now for the snow. Yeah, I like this outfit a lot. Truly, I had no idea the Domus could be so loud. He and Yukiri could hardly be more different. But yeah, I really like the top. It took way too much fucking effort to grab it. Because it's a drop from a dungeon that doesn't have a mercy rule with loot. Because there's some dungeons that do and some dungeons that don't. This one is a drop from one that doesn't, and it's just like... It's upsetting. But I got it. I was also trying to get the boots that match the top two, but I could not fucking get those to drop, so I just made do with another pair of boots. But yeah, hey Dis, how's it going? Oh, I think he's gonna fit right in. Me too. The Mark 14 Thermal Coil Boil Master. Dear me. How risible must the previous 13 iterations have been? I could design a more efficient water heater in the time it took that ill-conceived lump to become lukewarm. Are you insulting my boy Wedge? How fucking dare you? Fly free, my pretty! Ida's eyes shine with rekindled determination. So we have to wake up Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... Yes, I'm sure. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola and Kryl? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano expedition party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Frelona, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of the security. Trying to organize the craft room? Oh boy, I imagine that's a big undertaking. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside the town. We'll leave as soon as everyone's ready. Over here. And it's solo duty time! Gosetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a staunch ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. Fucking get his ass. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Yeah, it has so several times. Soon, Omega, soon. I will see you rise again. I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Aline Royale was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. If Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it is not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Let's go!
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishers. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
Again, they're so fucking divorced.
Suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland? Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
Okay, bye.
Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I've never heard someone describe a pair as divorced. Frequently heard of married, but of course, that is so good. Listen, you said that your partner plays this, right? Fucking ask about Sid and Nero. They're divorced. They're so divorced.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Yeah. Grinwald! I'll stop these worms into the dust myself! This is my fight, you understand? Stay out of it!
No retreat. No surrender!
Look upon us!
So yeah, they don't always do this, but a lot of times in the patches before a new expansion happens, I may have misjudged my enemy. They should be staining the soles of my boots by now. What are you fools gaping out? Understand that your captain's in danger! But yeah, every now and then, right before a new expansion's about to come out, they may start to advertise what some of the classes added in that expansion are going to be. For example, the next expansion is Stormblood, and Samurai is one of the new classes that was added for Stormblood, which is what Gosetsu is, and he's here to kind of like show it off. For every yapping cur I strike down, another takes his place! Well, this haven't had sent any of your message since the Standing Man. Fucking Twitch sure is a app, a website. Surrender, we have you outnumbered! Oh yeah, hey, Ghoul. Would it be the first time? Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. What? Oh, hey, it's his, Reaper armor. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. Ferlona's like, don't mind if I do. What the? No one told me they'd have Magitech armor. The forward for the Empire. I know how to pilot this thing. The Honorless Kura thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. You got it. clicked the wrong button. I didn't get the screenshot I wanted.
You watching, Papalimo?
So yeah, it has similar controls to the Reaper armor that you pilot during Castrum Meridianum. It's just much bigger and has stronger attacks.
Your defense is lacking.
With soul and steel!
It's all over now.
Christ, that's so many of you! Fuck off!
Leave this to me.
'Tis my right to strike!
This is a lot of guys, holy shit!
You watching, Papalimo?
There you go. Hey, you can't just run off! This ain't a battle is punishable by death! I don't need you to come back and stand your ground! Please? Buddy has fallen on the floor. Pitiful. You bring this fate upon yourself! Grr, damn it on the 7th hill! I'll kill your bastards! It's the last thing I do!
Look upon a samurai of Rama!
Yeah, Minoru mech a little bit.
Your defense is lacking.
Listen, I know you're staying in the fire. I don't give a shit. Okay, maybe I give a shit.
With soul and steel!
But it wasn't the fire that I gave a shit about, it was your danger puddle.
It's all over now. No retreat. No surrender.
Get out of here, bud. You haven't seen the last of me. Mark my words, it'll be you who rules this day. That's not what you say as you run away, loser.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Is there any other way?
I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Well, no going back.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Calm down.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Good thing, because it looks like Papalimo's seal is failing. The primal. Beetle robot versus giant dragon. Who wins? God, I love that cutscene. God, I love the cutscene! Why the fuck did that sound effect sound like something from Ratchet and Clank? Like when you're flying to a planet.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Omega destroyed the cocoon.
I don't think tattoos are supposed to do that, girl.
Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Also, it's wild because it's like we got to see that cool-ass cutscene, but it's basically implied that anybody in that room didn't. They were just, like, watching Omega's, like, vitals. Like, system, status. It came as soon as I heard the Excelsior had been spotted on its approach. One moment everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Alphino looks like he has news for us. I almost dread to ask. The far edge of fate. Alphino has the look of a man with much to say. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. You know, wait, we must first... The other Seed Seer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. I mean, sure, but again, I don't think we saw the big fight. We, the players, did, but I don't think the characters did. Where's that? There we go. Send me in, please. Oh shit, I get to actually talk with them. That's rare. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? Quite a few times, and the number's only going to increase. It would seem Garland's little friend was as good as his word. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhugg's accursed eyes into the abyss, all this might have been avoided. I had thought them beyond reach. Well, I mean, we did also throw them onto the same fucking side of the bridge. I don't know why we did that. Especially when I was closer to one of the, like, the opposite side. You thought the chair was a robed person? Nope. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You're too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try, but tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? Not of my choosing, that much is certain, but I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst arose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Girobania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows. And it wielded such magic as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on the Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could only think of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Girobanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll raise that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen to the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them. Save perhaps as a statue. Well, again, also assuming that it still responds, given how it apparently immediately malfunctioned. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Girobania. Though Ilbord has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. It seems as seems likely, we put Omega into stasis after... what did they call it? Oh yes, after Shinryu was defeated, we should have little to fear from either one of them. Hopefully. I would very much like to see this Shinryu creature for myself. Well, it's a primal, so you probably shouldn't. Lest you want to get brainwashed. When the primal emerged, I was for an instant transported back to Cartano, to the moment when the black worm made an eighth hell of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. Well, here's hoping. I go to oversee all operations at Baelsworth's Wall. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal and rest while you may. Jesus Christ, I can't read this dialogue. Pray accept my humblest and most earnest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinru been suffered to roam free, the Twelveswood would have surely been laid to waste. This operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad of the chance to begin reparation with our past in action. Yeah, it's good. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Shoal and the others have gathered at Amorisai's Spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested in what has become to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It is decided then. Lead on. That's not what I meant to do. This one. Over to the wall. Over to the wall. Only the Curse of Garlemald would sully such beauty with the work of that black iron monstrosity. Those animals respect nothing and no one. Yeah, it kind of is an eyesore, isn't it? Ida is there atop the spire. She has done naught but gaze silently at the wall for some time now. No trace of the cocoon remains. 'Tis as if it never existed. Yeah, it is just gone. Oh, thank the 12! After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Hardly the most rational concern, I concede, but if you had seen what I saw... Well, you still know what happened.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbird's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
And it looked kinda cool while doing it.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moment prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
Yeah, I don't really want to leave her alone at the moment.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Hey, we're removing the mask for the first time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
Her name?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
For once, I think silence is the better option. Because, like, we only met her as Ida. Asking her why she never told us doesn't feel right.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
So, hey, I'm fairly certain you all forgot, but do you remember back when I was finishing A Realm Reborn and I was doing that fucking solo instance against the dragon on the final steps of faith? Or the steps of faith, rather? And, I died at the very end because my big toe stepped in the dragon fire for too long. And then I had to do the entire thing fucking over again. Do you remember on the second attempt I called Ida Lise? And then I had to play it off as my brain getting scrambled? Yeah, that's because I just genuinely fucked up. I've been trying so hard to keep that Ida is Lise a secret, and I still fucked up once! Like, also back in A Realm Reborn, after you return to the Waking Sands, after, like, the attack that, like, the Garleans do, and you actually run into Ida again, I had to fight every instinct in my body to not be like, Lise! And all, like, relieved, like, voice, to be like, no, she's not Lise yet, she's still Ida! I'm so fucking bad at keeping this a secret. I'm just glad I'm stupid and I hopefully played it off okay. But yeah, calling her Ida instead of Lise was such a fucking problem. That's why I was glad that she's often with Papalymo, because Lise in Papalymo is not a phrase the game says. Ida and Papalymo is, and I'm just like, okay, as long as I can just keep saying Ida and Papalymo, I'm not going to be calling her Lise. But I still fucked up that one time. And I'm just like, God, I hope no one knows. I hope no one realizes that that's really fucking suspicious that I called her a name that's completely different from hers. Whoopsies.
When Papalymo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalymo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
I just like the lighting of that shot because it's now morning. I've sat around for too long. The day has changed.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Can you at least say goodbye before you leave? It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalymo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road that she has resolved to walk. Hell yeah! Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Jataru and my sister. That we do. And there we go! We did it! We finished the post patches! Whenever I get around to continuing this, it's going to be time for Stormblood! I'm excited. Stormblood is, well, Stormblood and its post patches are, the expansion that finally convinced me to play the game myself, as opposed to just watching the, like, YouTube series I was doing. Or, you know, watching. So I'm so excited to finally be here. But yeah, that entire time with fucking Lise and Ida and me trying so hard to not call her Lise. Fucking, I was just feeling like Aaron from Game Grumps when he was playing Ocarina of Time for Danny, because Danny had never seen Ocarina of Time before, and he kept calling Sheik her, even though for new time players, Sheik is supposed to be a guy, because you're not supposed to know Sheik is Zelda. And I'm just like, I'm fucking it up just like Aaron was. A passion and then the reveal was also really fucking funny, because Sheik reveals himself to be Zelda, and Danny is still surprised, and Aaron's surprised that Danny's surprised, because he's like, I was fucking that up so much. How the fuck? And then Danny was just like, yeah, I just thought you were being stupid. And it's just like, God, I hope I can pass that off as being stupid, and that you don't realize I messed up. And go to eat Elise. God. But yeah, I like the post patches for Heavensward. I think I like the post patches for Heavensward more than I like base Heavensward. Which is something that happens every now and then, where like the post patches have a better story than the default expansion. And death an afterthought to those who fight for now. But yeah, go Setsu! I'm so glad we met him. I forgot we meet him like before Stormblood starts proper. I like him a lot. We'll see him more in Stormblood, as you can probably imagine. How fucking dare you put Harshaffal by himself in the credits? Fuck you! Fuck you, it hurts! God, I don't know what to talk about. I'm just like kind of vibing to the music. I'm excited to be able to move on to Stormblood. Hi, Nidhogg. To me. That is so too. Children of the land. I still don't know how Amric was able to carry Estinian when Estinian has the super spiky armor. It also bugs me whenever somebody is carrying somebody else like bridal style and they don't like tuck in the arms, they just let the arms like dangle. I'm like, what are you doing? Fucking tuck that shit in. What are you? Stop it. I sure hope I don't get fucking claimed for this song. It's already played several times, so I'm just gonna, you know, let it go. I just don't remember. By Heavensward. Is that the last of the images? Okay, no, because we have to do all the other patches. Although it was synced up to end with the song. That was pretty cool. I'll give you that. Listen, normally I like to hang out until like the images are done, but fucking, this is taking too long. I don't know what to ramble about. Rambling hard. You should have seen the look in Tataru's face when I recounted Lisa's. I realized in retrospect that I perhaps should have waited for you to return. I also told Alice. Apologies. He may have mentioned, but how would it surprise me if all that came to pass in Gridania? Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lisa's chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Girabania, we shall have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say that the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those who one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence, correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As I rather suspect, do you? Hell yeah, I do! Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face the retribution. Hey, Robon! It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No fool will dislodge me. You're finally coming home. Very well, little bird. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. Yeah, Ilbert is kind of getting exactly what he wanted. Meanwhile, in fucking Garlemald, if you can't tell... Well, actually, no, not Garlemald. This is still Girabania. It's just, you know, Garling control.
My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed preliminary reports. Baselor's war has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Hey, forgive me, my lord. I did not intend... your will be done.
Scaring them off without a word? Or even a look, because of the helmet.
Unknown. My spies tell me the Dolmens call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting.
At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look toward eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. Also, another reason why I'm excited to get to Stormblood is because I want to see Boops' reaction to a certain character. Because personality-wise, and what the character does, I think she will like the character. The problem is that the character is a, like, fairly, like, conventionally attractive man. In my opinion, the fact that he's conventionally attractive actually adds on to his creepiness, but obviously I know Boops isn't into that. She likes monsters. But again, personality and what he does, I think you might like. So I'm like kind of curious of like, how does this character gonna like read for you? Yeah, monster lover for life. Ah, can't make that jump. But yeah, that's it. We have to say goodbye to Ferlona for now. But she will return eventually, whenever we get around the Stormblood. So, let me do this as I try to swap over to Silksong somehow. Bye, YouTube. See you in a bit.